Hello sports fans, welcome to Super Sports Central. Today, we're going to go over my Week 5 USFL predictions. So last week I had a record of 2-2, and that brings my record on the USFL season to 10-6. Starting off with the games we have on Saturday, we have the Panthers hosting the Maulers. So the Panthers are playing at home for the third game in a row, which seems like a good thing, but it might not be a good thing, because the teams that play in the Michigan Hub at Ford Field, those two teams are the Panthers and Stars, they're 0-4 when they play at Ford Field, so the Panthers playing at home might not be a good thing. So the Panthers, they have to face the Maulers team, which is led by an incredible defense and improving offense. Now the Panthers, they're coming off back-to-back losses and a bad offensive performance against the Showboats where they scored only 10 points. Now they were able to run the football last week, but nobody can run the football against the Maulers. They allow just 79 rushing yards a game. So that means the Panthers may have to rely on their aerial attack, which hasn't been great over the past 2 weeks. Now they could go with either Josh Love or Carson Strong at quarterback. Love has started all 4 games, and he's set to start this week again, but if he struggles this week yet again, I would not be shocked to see Carson Strong enter the game, as he's come in to relieve Josh Love several times this season. So this is a battle between two great defenses and offenses who aren't great. So now I have this being a low-scoring defensive battle, with the Maulers coming out on top with a 18-12 win, because I think their defense is just that good, and their offense has also been improving over the recent weeks. Next game, we've got the Stallions hosting the Gamblers. So this should be a good game, but both teams are super banged up, and they're going to be without like half their starters. So for the Stallions, they're without defensive back JoJo Tillery, defensive lineman Joe Johnson, linebacker Scooby Wright, return specialist / wide receiver Deon Kane, who's actually had a return touchdown in back-to-back weeks, and also linebacker Rashad Smith. For the Gamblers, they're going to be without Kenji Pahar, who's their quarterback, and as well as a few others, but he's the main big one there. So the Gamblers will be starting Terry Wilson for the first time this season, and Montel Cozart will back him up, who was actually with the Stallions last year. But Wilson will start for the Gamblers, and the Gamblers, they've been great offensively, especially recently. They have a great rushing attack led by Mark Thompson, and they also had a good passing attack. But as I said a second ago, they are without their quarterback Kenji Pahar, so that makes me think their passing attack might not be quite as good, but I definitely do think Terry Wilson can do some good things to the offense, especially what he brings to the table with his legs. So I still think this will be a high-scoring, entertaining game, even though both teams are very banged up. But I have the Stallions getting the win because they've been banged up all season long, yet they've still found ways to win. And I definitely think the Gamblers' offense won't be quite as good without Kenji Pahar. I still think they'll be good, but I have the Stallions getting the win in a higher-scoring battle, 31-23. Moving to the games on Sunday, we've got the Stars hosting the Generals. So the Stars have been absolutely brutal so far. They are 1-3. And have lost 3 straight games. They're coming off their worst loss of the season, where they lost to the Gamblers 41-16. Now, the Stars have had a bad offensive line all season long, and that's bad news because they faced the Generals, a team with 12 sacks, which is best in the USFL, and they also have a good run defense, and the Stars have not been able to run the football. Now, the Stars' defense has also struggled this season. They are tied for the league worst, 27.2 points a game, which is what they allow. And that should be a recipe for disaster against the Generals, because the Stars struggle to contain mobile quarterbacks, and Generals quarterback DeAndre Johnson is one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the USFL. And the Stars also have the worst rush defense in the USFL, and the Generals have a dominant ground game. So this should be a pretty easy win for the Generals, and I have them winning this game by a score of 27-13. And our final game, we've got the Breakers hosting the Showboats. So the Breakers, they're 4-0, and they've been the best team in the USFL this season. And they faced the Showboats, who are only 1-3, but have been much better, especially offensively, ever since they started Cole Kelly. And he will continue to start for them this week. So, while they have been improving offensively, they still have been great defensively. They're tied with the Stars for the worst defense in the league, giving up 27.2 points a game. And they face the best offense in the USFL in the Breakers, who score 31.2 points a game. And have a great ground game led by touchdown machine Wes Hills, and also a fantastic passing attack led by passing leader quarterback McCloud Buffalo Thompson. So I could see an upset here for the Showboats, but I think the Breakers' offense is just way too much for most teams to handle, let alone the Showboats' defense, who's been bad all season long. And I've got the Breakers improving to 5-0 on the season, with a fairly easy 33-20 win over Memphis. So those are my Week 5 USFL predictions. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. I do my best to post as often as possible. Make sure to check out the community tab of my channel, where you guys can vote on who you think will win this week's games. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications. I do my best to post as often as possible, and I'll see you in the next video.